Okay, guys, who are there? Vivek, Sanjay, Anil. आपका last session we discussed gap up, right? So any doubt there? Example? Okay, uh, okay. So let's close this indicator now and say this is where you. This was just Friday session, right? Yeah. So this was Thursday closed here, and this was the range, right? Market was moving here. Then it have a gap up, right? Now we're going without pivot indicator. Okay. So this pre-opening session, do you watch NEC.com bef 999798? Okay. So if you go here, na, no, you don't have to go to NEC also. So if you go by 9899, you will see what level Bank Nifty is opening. Okay. So you'll come to know whether it's a gap up, it's gap down, or it's opening in the range, right? When I say in the range, it can open here also, right? Between previous day high and low, correct? So Friday, it has already opened a gap up. Now, how many points gap up it's opening? So opening was here, 3500, 124. So if you measure this, so it was already a gap up of 160 point, right? Huge gap up. And then the first candle itself closure is how much? 188, right? Let me open this. Just a minute. Where is that? Just a minute. Okay, it is come. So this was the closure and this was the opening, and this range is how much? Was almost 160 point, right? And then this first 5 minute candle, if you wait, this itself is another 188 points. So what is the overall opening range you are seeing? 160, 188, almost 350 point, right? So in first 5 minutes, your game is over for Bank Nifty that day. So you have to allow for market to settle and then find the moment. If you see entire day, sometimes Bank Nifty will move 300 points, right? But here gap up plus your opening itself is 350. So you have seen, right? Sometimes I'll say dry day for me, right? Because the dry day is because I wait here now. So already movement has happened. Now either there will be a profit booking which will bring it down back here, or it will continue like this whole day, or unless there are more buyers forming a range here and then breaks out, it will not go up. So whenever there is, you see this one, if you check this measurement, this one if you check, right, 159, and then again and again this you take, right, 146, so almost 300. So as I said, right? So there are two possible scenarios, three possible scenarios will happen. So people who has carried the position here, right, overnight position on the buy side, and if they have a gap up opening, they will start doing profit booking. So moment this gap up happens, this candle happens, you will see the people he will start profit booking. And if the low is broke taken out here, chances are positive that bank nifty may come back here to fill the gap. So when the such scenarios happen, right? So I'm not using any indicator now. I'm just explaining what I do when, and then I apply my indicators. So if you see here, this, if you take this live example only. So what happened here? Gap up, first 5 minutes positive candle. If you don't wait for high to be taken out, if you enter here, what will happen? So no, it will not be stop loss unless you put a, if you're playing with a big stop loss, like low of the candle. But what will happen? It will make you afraid, right? That it is coming down, 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 and you exit somewhere. You entered here thinking it will go up, and then it came down, and you exited here, and again market reversed. That's what happened, right? You enter, it comes down, it go up, or you enter short, it goes up, and then again come down. This what keeps happening with us, right? Means it will take your stop loss, then it goes in your favor, but by the time you are out of the trade, either by afraid or your stop loss. Hello, sorry. Oh, hello. First session you're joining. How are you? Okay. You got this point, Vivek? Or yeah. So what I do, I'll tell you. I've told few scenarios, right? That in a gap up also you have two things, right? One is a partial gap up, one is full gap up, and in gap down also you will have partial gap down and full gap up, right? So what is full gap up? Is it should either open with a gap up and close above the previous day high, okay? Or open above the previous day high. So that is full gap up, and full gap down is opening is below the gap down, say this, and your closing is below the PDL, or your opening itself is below the PDL. Okay, these are the possible scenarios in gap up and gap down. Now, how do you trade this, right? The first thing I told you, right? You see the range of the gap down or gap up. If your range is, if your range is, say, this gap up and this gap up is here, say 80 points, right? So you have all possible chance that it can go slowly up. But when your gap up is very high, right? Huge. If the gap up is very huge and then followed by a big candle, then wait, don't enter. Even if you don't get a trade for that day, no worries. Leave it. Come next day, you'll get the trade. You see here, this scenario, I'll just take it few more. That will help you out. Then I'll put the indicator. See this. Gap up, initial profit booking, then again went up. Now you see here, do you see a gap down? You see a gap down, right? How many point gap down is here? 78 points. But followed by what? See this candle. How many points? 200 points, right? Now, don't jump into second candle. So in this scenario, just mark your high and low of this candle, okay? When there are big gap up or gap down happening, let the first candle form it. So now you know that this is my important zone and this is my important zone. If price is moving between this zone, you just avoid, or you have to look for a candle reversal pattern here. Now suppose you got a gap down, right? And this is the low. Now this is a gap down candle, okay? This is previous close and you got a candle here. And this is a low, you mark it. So you get a red candle here. You thought, oh, it will down, okay? You got another red candle here, right? Now you're more sure that now market is in your favor. But is this low taken out? You see this wick? What does this wick suggest to you? That this price have been moved by people little up right here. Bank the price was trying to come, say this was 800 and this is say 750. So price reached here, but there are people like buyers, right, who moved it 50 points up, right? So and you see this candle and then you see one red candle. You see another red candle. Now you are not able to control yourself. You enter the trade. Now what happens? People already here, and then you suddenly see a bullish spin bar. You see, sorry, this low may also not get break sometimes. So you see a blue color. I cannot change. Yeah. Okay. So treat this a green candle, huh? So suppose you get a bullish spin bar here. Low is not broken. Now what possible you can do is on if this candle high is broken with the next bullish candle. That's what I trade most of the time. I'll enter here. My stop loss is here. If these candles are small, my target almost reach here, day high again. Okay. If the range is very big, and if the range is very big here, I'll keep as a 50% first. Okay, and then I'll trail it to day high. So this is called reversal trade when there is a huge gap down, but the low is not taken out. Wait for second, third, fourth. How many candles, right? If you see here, I just give three candles, but you take the scenario here. How many candles see? This low taken out here. 910, 920 not taken out, 925 not taken out, 30 not taken out, 35, 40. This see this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So in 12 candles, the low is still not taken out. So what does signify to you? So there are two scenarios you should be ready with. Now there are two scenarios. See, this is a box formation happening here. So I think if you see my charts, right, sometime I put there in the other that common channel, right? I send a box formation happening. I'll give that box also. Now when this box takes longer time, right? So you can put C side and P side in your terminal because we don't know if it will go upside or downside, right? We cannot predict, right? So whichever side it breaks, you get a good momentum in next 5 minutes itself, and your trade is done. Just now, this is without indicator, okay? We'll come with the indicator also. So this part is clear. Like when you see huge gap down and gap up. Yes, no, sir. I'll still explain it. Okay. Say Friday I didn't take trade. If you have seen my message, I said Friday zero dry day for me. Now I'll come to that. See this. No, hold on. This this low was broken, right? See, this low was broken. Now, now this is your new low, right? Your entry should be here. Don't jump here. I have done this mistake many times, and I have always stopped my SL. If you're a risky player, you can jump. Then I was trying to become a risky player, and I got badly hit. See this low is broken, right? You're right. But has the second candle followed you? If this was coming down here, na, I would have entered here with my stop loss here or based on the indicator. And then what happened? Whole day, it was doing a swing, right? This. And then I posted in a message that I'm waiting for this candle to be taken out. Because when I logged in at 1 p.m., I saw this was important support, and I was expecting that if this breaks, it will come here. But it came very late. But that also in one big candle. And if you see here, it made a good uh, small box again. See this small box? But Friday, if you take overall, means it was hitting SL both side. If anyone has taken the naked trade, when I say naked, only buying call and buying put one. But if some have done hedging, like buying and selling, he might have made some money. Okay, now let's put the indicator and see what has happened. Okay, now if you say this is what time? Yeah, 10, right? If you go with our camera setup, what we see, this is your H3, H4, L3, L4, right? If you see a reversal here with a bearish candle, the book says it will come to L3, and if it doesn't break, and if it comes reverse from here or takes support, it is expected to go back to H3, right? This is a theory, right? Now, if you see here, that has exactly happened. But initial hours has made us not to enter into trade. If you see this, it went up, again it came down, it broke it. If anyone had, means if you go with this theory, your stop loss would have been here, very small stop loss above H4, and leave the trade to come to S3 because your range is also very small. It's not huge that you have to put 50%. But if you see here, this candle also did the same thing. See, do you see something here? This one? Do you guys spot this? Did it give you a signal? This candle? This candle. This candle. In my huh? Is cursor is not visible? Earlier it was visible. Okay, 1 minute. Uh, this candle, this my 9:45 candle. Do you see this? Still not visible, cursor? Okay. So what does it give you? Let me enlarge this. There is a rejection and a bearish doji candle, right? Now, how do you trade this? Now, I'll so Why I didn't enter, I'll tell you for this trade, okay? Now if you see here, the low is here, right? This is a low, day low, when this candle was formed. Cur Again cursor gun. What is not visible? No, I'm showing with the pen cursor. Uh, okay. What to do? Hmm. Okay, let me put this highlighter then. Is it visible now? Okay, let me use this then. Okay. So why I didn't enter the trade, I'll tell you. Now, if you see this big back, big candle, then followed by, you know, some other candles, and then you got a doji candle. Now, if you go with this pattern, your entry is happening here. The low of this candle, 955, broken the H4 right from the top. See here, sorry. See here, 955 has broken the H4, H3. So I should enter at the low of H3, right? Now, no, this is H4. So if I enter as H4, my target should be H3. Now, if I enter here, okay, my stop loss I have to keep either here or here for safe stop loss, right? Right. So how many points is stop loss is this? Almost 57 points. That is, if you divide by 2, it becomes 28 in your option, point 0.5, right? Now, now I'll just show you one thing. Do you see this pen marker on my chart? This pen cursor, do you see? Oh, not the other one, huh? Okay, something wrong with the Google sharing, I think. Okay, so let me take this. So if you see this box, right? Okay, so now this was the low, and from here the buyers have entered, and the price went till here, right? And it got a rejection. Now if I go with the setup of this reversal, and if I enter here, my SL is becoming of 28 points in option. Then what will be my first target? My first target will be the low of this candle, right? How many points I will see? My SL is 58 points in spot, and my target is 28 points. Is that a favorable trade for me? There is no room, right, to go to 1 is to 2 also. It's not even 1 is to 1 also. So I didn't enter here. If this low was here, right, at H3, if this low was H3, I would have definitely entered with a 1 is to 1 target. So this is how you need to calculate in your real-time trading also. So if your entry is here and your stop loss is here, just see where is your first target will come. So this is definitely going to provide a strong support here, this low, right? And I don't know whether it will break or not. But for that time, my entry is saying that if you enter here, if your target doesn't meet, you hit a bad stop loss because you don't have a good target to achieve. So in that situation, don't enter. Wait for the trade to come. Clear this point? Which one? Oh, okay, okay. This one. Okay. Yeah. Let me delete this. Right. Clear now with gap up, gap down, what you will see, and then how you'll plan your trade. Okay. Now, any confusion in this setup, camera setup you people have? Do you feel like you're not able to enter the trade? Any such feeling comes, or you follow different setup means like hmm, okay, hmm, yeah. Now see, I'll tell you, if you confidently believe in your setup, then just trust it, okay? Because if you see this point, right, H3, you know that the candle is reversing here, right? It can go upside till H4, but you are not entering at the right time. Your entry is important. Now you may enter it this candle, 12:20, right? You didn't enter at 12:05, you enter at 12:20. Now you are in the middle of the range H3 and H4. You already lost this much of movement. Okay. Now where is your stop loss? Now you check. If you have entered here or here, your stop loss would be small, right? But if you enter here, your stop loss is becoming big now. So if you have missed the rally, right, don't enter in the middle of the trade. Let it complete. No worries. It has gone. Hmm. So 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 there are two things, right? Your what is the RR you follow? 1:2, right? So if your entry is here, say you're entering here, and your stop loss is this, right? Now say if your stop loss is uh, my goodness, 1 minute. I am writing, but you're not able to see, huh? Huh, okay, let me open an Excel file that will be easy for you. No, I'm writing, but you're not able to see. You're able to see the cursor. Okay, something is going wrong then. Let's do this. See, your spot is this, right? Your now say H3 is 35. H3 value is 35, say 0.33. Okay, you see that this has taken important support. Now it is trading at this level. Okay, now if you enter at 3055, I'm just giving random, and you keep your stop loss as, so you're keeping your stop loss as 35030, 3 points buffer you're keeping. So what is your stop loss risk? What is your risk you're carrying? I, sorry, 35,000 this and 35,055. So your what is your SL? 25 points, right? So if you're going with 1:2, then your target is 50 points, right? Then your target is this plus this. Okay. So now 35,105. Now let's go and mark 35,105. 35,105. It is here, right? Do you see this line, green line? Let me make it little bold, right? So you entered with 1 is to 2 ratio in your mind and you got hit, your target is hitting here. Now you have two options. Book your profit, come out. If you have, if you're playing with one lot, book your profit, come out. If you're playing with two lots, book one lot, trail the other lot, or move your stop loss to cost. So if second lot get SL hit, you don't end up in giving back to the market. Hmm. No, I'll tell you how I put my SL. If my file is here, then I can show you. Google Drive. Not there. 1 minute. Let me open a chart then. SL, okay. Because I don't follow SL in options, okay. I mean, so I don't follow the logic of SLs in option. I use the this one only. Now suppose my entry is 12:0, say 12:10 I've entered, okay. Now my entry may happen somewhere with 1 or 2 points up and down, right? See, eventually it went to H4, but it made you worried and then it went right. But it may come down also, right? No, it may come out. It may come out also, right? Here, it may reverse from here also. We don't know. So, hmm, correct, right? So previous day high acted as a support, and here it took a reversal. Okay, 1 minute. So this is say 12. You play ITM, OTM, ATM. What you do? I play near to the trading. Yeah. So hmm, okay. I play. Yeah. So let's take this. Okay. And let's take this 5 minutes one. Okay. So say your entry is 12:10. Okay. 12:10, 12:10, 12:10. So your entry is this candle. Okay. Somewhere you entered it may be 390 or 395 you'll get, right? Between 390, whatever, if you're hitting market order, right? Now, now here, suppose you're entering that time it was 35059, 35066. I'll just put it this. So you entered at 35060. Okay. So your SL has become 30, right? So if you're taking a at the money, right? So your option SL will be 30 into zero point 0.5. That's the delta value, okay? By default. 15 points, right? Now I go here. Where is that? So 10, what is the time we entered? 12:10. So 12:10, say you entered 393. Your SL has become, if you go with this approach, 393 minus 15, 378, right? So we'll draw a line now. Yeah. I'll draw a line 378. Okay. Now my target in this is, so 1 is to 2, right? So SL is this, so my target should be 60 point, right? That is double. So here it becomes 30 points options. So now you put it, where is that? Now you put one more line and 393. You add 393 plus 30, 423, and you make it 423. So did it hit SL first or did it hit your target first? Right? And see, your SL has come where? Almost below this, right? And normally what we do, if we enter here, we keep SL here only. And one week will come and take you out of the track. So I follow this. So if my SL is in sport here, so I keep my Excel file open. That actually that I have made it online. I just enter the number, it gives me the outcome, because in real market you don't have time to calculate everything manually. So I'll share that file, okay, once I log into that G Drive. So now it's clear, right? Great. Okay. Hmm. So gap up, gap down, we are done. I'll show you one important thing, of importance of, either use EMA or PEMA, it doesn't matter. So if you enable this, okay, we discussed PDH and previous day low concept. No, right? Let me come to that. Then we'll go to PEMA or EMA part. Let me hide this. I'll just show you them. So in the morning only you'll come to know where your bank nifty is opening, right? Or nifty is opening. If you're playing with nifty or bank nifty opening. Now, if you see, I put my labels, I do homework end of the day, because we have indicators available which tell me where is, yeah. Yeah, so this one have or not? Let me check. No, this one don't have. But if you, there is one more indicator. I'll give the script. I think we got it. And there are indicators here. If you go to say next day, if I apply this, right, next day pivot, right. Now I'll show you the difference. Okay. Now this is how I do my homework. Okay. Now if I open this and I'll just remove S1, S2, S3. First, I'll check. Where is my CPR opening on Monday? So what do you see on Monday? Narrow CPR. So narrow CPR, and if you see the trend, right? This CPR, this CPR ascending, this CPR ascending, and even the narrow CPR is ascending. So the bias is what? It should be positive, right? That's the bias. It should be bullish, right? Now I'll plot my you can, if you're doing floor pivot, you plot S1, S2, S3. If you're doing Camarilla, then plot H3, H4, and you see this floor. Camarilla is using the price range, okay? It calculates between open, high, and range. The range between high and low, it calculates the formula, and floor is used just simply based on open, close, and high. Open, close, and low. That's all. It's not using range. But if you see the smart players, the big players, they use Camarilla. If you see the movements mostly happens. I was just trying to notice few days. Camarilla gives you more perfect indication than the floor one. Now if you see here, We have narrow CPR, and this is immediate. You have H3, H4, L3, L4, right? Now, this should be your first line of rejection if it comes. This is your day low. So day low is above L4 and previous day high is below below H4, right? Now, what are the possible scenario it can happen? Okay, I think let's next 10 minutes let's talk this. Then next week we'll pick up another topic. So the possible scenarios based on this, the market can open here also. We don't know, right? Okay. So when market opens here, what is your next level? You put your H5 and L5 as well, right? So you see it may open gap up near to H5. Then if the candle is below H5, you wait for your entry. Don't jump because if there is a huge gap up again, what we discuss, the profit booking can happen, right? So it may come to H4, take support of H4 and give you a reversal back to H5 because you have two important support here now. If the market is opening above day high and H4, your candle opens here, H5 rejection is there, or the profit booking happens. Like say I am carrying, say I don't carry overnight position, but say if I am carrying my position overnight and morning I see oh a huge profit, people like small traders like us will what we do, we'll start booking the profit, right? And there will be lot of transaction happening that time. So initially it will come down. So if you are a fresh buyer that time, you entered long, but you end up coming out of the trade because the profit booking is happening. So wait for the price action to happen. So these first five candle high is taken out, you can jump here with your stop loss below H5. So even if your stop loss hits, it will very small, but then you have a right time to enter here, or you can wait, or if you're a safe trader, wait for this formation to happen. Sorry, then you go enter high of this and carry on with a stop loss small one, right? So this possible scenario one opening gap up. If it opens, if it opens like between H3 and CPR, and the low is not taken downside, if your H3 is giving a breakout, your next target will be H4. So what is the range coming on Monday? 62. You can easily meet it. See this. Do you see something between H3 and H4? If the opening is between day high and this, wait for this to be taken out. These two important zone. If this is taken out and closed, your next target can be, if the, what is the range of this? 124. You can mark 50% here, or you can mark this as your resistance. Do you guys know that previous days levels also help you to support? Many people ignore the previous day levels. Okay, if you see this right, H5. Do you see this H5? It's not touched right on Friday, but there is a possibility that on Monday, based on what we see, the price may open between H4 and H3, break up and try to go for H5. Then your first target will be this one, okay? This H5. Don't ignore this H5. Don't ignore this H5. If this is taken out, your current H5 is your next target. The other possible scenario is do it showing positive. It may open in this range and then it may give a break out on the upside. If and that will be the best trade, if it opens here, if it opens here and spend time here, let it spend time. Don't jump. And then if your box formation is happening, You have CPR support, and you will have, oh, there is no support, but only CPR support will be there. But if you have a box formation and breaking upside, your first target H3 will be easily achieved. So just wait for your candle formation and the opening. But based on this, I feel it will open somewhere here between H4 and H5, and it will trap the new buyer, come down, and then it will go up. So these are the possible scenarios that you can have if there is a gap up. If it's open in range, it will be a beautiful day for us. If you do you know what is range? Like when I say open in range, yeah, somewhere here, not the gap up. Somewhere it opens here, and just spend some time, and not big. Huh. So if it opens here, right? This scenario is possible, but it can open here also. So what is this range? So wait for H3, right? Wait for L3 and this. So if L3 is taken out, you can play for the PDL as your target and put side. Don't enter for long targets in PE unless this zone is taken out. If you enter here, just make sure you close out your trade here. You see something here, this candle for 230. So this itself is a buyer zone. Okay, now see from here what the movement has happened when this price came here. 200 points rally, right? And just mark one more important thing in your charts. If you see, let me turn this off. So I'll delete this. So this gap is filled, right? If you see this gap, almost filled. Bank Nifty has already filled the gap, Friday's gap. Now, now go convert your chart into 15 minutes for your next day. Okay. Now on the top you see where are your important seller zone. See here. Do you see Nifty has taken how much resistance here? Bank Nifty. What is this level? Uh, 35,455. Please keep it in your radar. So if I convert this into 5 minutes now, see, it came directly here only. So if it opens gap up now, I'll wait for this level to take. If it opens here only, na, I'll wait for this level to get broken first and closed. Then I'll enter because possibility is there that if you go back, see here, down, down. So do you guys see, do left side chart reading when you're doing trading? Not in live. So you can't go in live and check the left side. So either you do it after the end of, like before the market starts, you mark your important zones. In live, you will be just thinking why, what happened, right? Why it came down. That time will not be there. By the time your SL is out or you're out of the trade, and then because then, yeah, go ahead. Hmm. No, no. Yeah, yeah. What you do here, na? You remove this option. So only today's pivot. You disable this. If you enable this, then you see all my left will go now. No, 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 no. I am not a coder. I don't have time to spend on writing codes. It is by a person called Mukul. I think he have one more channel. We just discussed pivots theory there. Okay, so if you go here and if you just now remove this, you'll get, yeah, you got it right. Now I think we have 5 minutes left. Now suppose this rally, right? You see this? I'll just give an example how you use EMA here. You see this gap up, and suppose you logged in here and you see Bank Nifty is railing up. Now you're not sure whether we can enter here or not, right? So there you can apply along with this, enable your EMA or PEMA, whatever you want. You'll see you'll get that entry zones coming up. Okay, suppose you have missed this rally. Now you see it's an uptrend. Now wait for the price come back to the PEMA zone or the EMA zone, take support, and when it goes, you can enter with a small stop loss below the PEMA. You don't have to wait. It pivot moving average. It's nothing but EMA they call PEMA. In PEMA, the combination of yeah combination of this three EMA, and it use EMA on close basis, right? Here they are using high low close basis of three. And as per the actual pivot boss guy, he has suggested this is the best setup, 8, 13, and 21 combination. Right. Which one? Which date? 8th or okay. Hmm. Yes. Yes. Now, first tell me where you will enter now here. Which candle you will enter? That is important. PMI is broken at 155. Yeah, then you are entering here. Right. Now, this one your SL, okay. Yeah. Hmm. Now I hide everything and I'll just show you the price action here, okay? I'll show you price action, right? Now, in this example, what I gave, that my low was here, right? And my entry was here. Now, I didn't enter because my risk reward ratio was not good here, right? Now, if you enter here, right, this candle, where is it? This was the candle you are entering, right? If I enable PMA again, 1 minute. Sorry, you are entering break this here. You are entering, right? Uh, now, so let me hide this. So this candle you are entering, right? Now, if you see here, there is a small consolidation has happened here, right? And then we said it broken up upside, right? So my first probable chance is that this low can act as a strong support here now. This box low, right? Or here. So this complete box you can draw. It can act as your support and resistance. Now if I enable now your this, you don't. So see these pivots are just your zone, right? You know that. See the main problem what we do is we wait for to reach it to the level itself, and out of 10 times it may reach 3 times, but there's no guarantee that uh, where is the drawing, there's no guarantee that it will start at this level, it will come at this level. Okay. So if you see your price action in middle, you know that these are my clusters and it can reverse anytime from anywhere. So that's what I'm saying. If you guys are not doing left side check and just entering here, you may get hit. Now take this example. Na? Suppose you see a reversal here, right? You entered here. You entered at this, right? Now how many conjunctions are there? This one, then here, then here. So if it reverse from here, if it reverse from here, so if it reverse from here, there possibility, right? Only if buyers can break this out, it can possibility. So this candle has broken these two level together. You see this? So now it started moving up, but there's a possibility that it can reverse from here also, right? So that's how you need to plan. But I normally avoid, after 2:30. The reason you will see most of the time in 2:30, I, I mean, first of all, I'll not be available also. But if you see most of the time, sometime you will see this kind of one green candle and then followed followed by a big red candle. So something happens there, right? Lunchtime, right? So normally I try to trade either between 12:30 to 1:30 or between 9:15 to 11. That's because I'll not ask because I get that time only. But even if I get after 2:30, you will not see me taking trades. Okay, so clear now. Gap up and gap down. So these levels are just your support, huh? Just don't take them in guaranteed only fully. This is just helping us to know because we are not blind on this right now. If you're using these levels on the chart, you're not blind now. You know that there are important support and resistance zones now available for you, right? So if you hide this, you don't know. Price may come till where down, price may go till where up, right? So this tool actually is helping us. Okay, if it starts here, I know it may reach here. That's what I know, right? H4 to H3 it can reach. But in between, you have to see are there any clusters? Now see here, this you see this candle 1010. The price came and just was taking support here. You see here this 1125. See, did it reach H3? No, right? Then it went up. Then again it came down. So my target first should be here. If it breaks, then fine. If I am already done 1:2, I am out of the trade. That's all. But if you wait for H3, it may come. But what if it goes up, hit your SL, and then come back? So if you are doing multiple loads, start booking your loads as per your initial targets, and then keep trailing. And mhm. When mm, mm. See, if your opening starts below this, na, then this virgin CPR can come into play. Now it is if you see the pattern, it's all ascending CPR, right? And it's not only ascending CPR, it's all gap up happening. You see, the gap up, right? Right. So only if your virgin CPR should retest, your price has to open somewhere below this price tomorrow. So tomorrow, if you see price opening below previous day low, then don't forget this area, this CPR. No, this can act as a strong support to Bank Nifty and price may move can go up back. So this zone is very important. Okay, chalo. Have a nice day, nice Sunday tomorrow. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.